handed back that leadership to the same people with a different name.
And Bert Rutan said last night, it is a crime for us to have to pay the Soviets for a ride.
It's a tragedy, and if you think they're not capitalists, wait until you watch the price of that shuttle seat, or that Soyuz seat. And the Soyuz, it can't do anything but take a couple people at a time, or 3 people up. The shuttle can take 8 of those people up, plus a boatload of hardware with it at the same time. It's a travesty. The space program in Washington, as it's run by the Obama administration and the people at NASA headquarters, it's a travesty. It's in disarray, and I don't. And Congress is doing its best. Space has always been bipartisan on both sides out. People realize the significance of what space has meant to this country as a diplomatic leader in the world, as a technology leader. We testified, Neil Armstrong and I testified in front of a Senate committee last summer, and a congressional committee. And I remember there was one lady who, I give or take, somewhere between 40, 45, or 50, somewhere in that age. A lady, a Democrat, I don't even know what state he was from. I look at him as American representatives, not Texas representatives. They're U.S. senators and they're U.S. representatives. Anyway, she got up there and said some nice things about Neil and I, and then went on to say, you know, I was a little girl when you guys went to the moon. She said, every day of my life when I got up in the morning, I knew that the United States of America could put a human being in space if we wanted to. This was last year. And she says, and you are telling me that in 1 year, which is now, we won't have the capability to put an American in space any longer for some indeterminate time in the future? And she had tears in her eyes. I think that's the way the American people look at it. And she is a congresswoman. The problem is the inertia that the president can exert. By the time you stop it and turn it around, you know, because the bureaucracy is pretty slow, it's sometimes too late. But for me, it's not too late. We're still fighting, we're fighting, we're fighting. And